नमः सर्वेभ्यः। कथं सन्ति सर्वे?
नमस्ते जी।
नमस्ते प्रणव महोदय।
I couldn't hear you.
नमस्ते राखी राज महोदय।
नमस्ते।
स्वागतम्। अद्य नारायण महोदय आगतवान्। नमस्ते चित् महोदय। नमस्कारः।
नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते नमस्ते। कथं भविष्यति इदानीं सर्वं?
How is everything?
महोदय, अपर्णा महोदय न श्रूयते वा? There is some problem at your end because others are able to hear me. Please check. Your video is also not visible. माधवी महोदय आगतवती। बहु सम्यक्, उत्तमम्।
Namaskaram. Yeah. Give me 5-10 minutes. I'll come back on the camera.
Please do. She is one of our co-teachers here and a very talented person. Namaste Preeti महोदय। अस्तु, प्रारम्भं करिष्यामः वा? का करिष्यति अद्य? का करिष्यति प्रार्थना? Who wanted to do the प्रार्थना? Anybody? अपर्णा महोदय दृश्यते इदानीं। प्रीति महोदय भवती करिष्यति वा प्रार्थना?
Okay, but I think I don't have all slokas.
No, I'll share the screen. Don't worry.
Yeah, then I can do that.
You can do it then, no?
Yeah.
You can do it. I'll share the screen. Yeah, please start. One minute. Give me a minute. Let me bring you spotlight for everyone. Spotlight. Also. Ask. प्रारंभं क्रियतां महोदय।
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतंजलिं पाणिनि सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्।
अस्तु, धन्यवादः। स्थानवतु आमोदिष्यामि, चिन्ता नास्ति। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः। नमस्कारः। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कक्षायां सर्वेभ्यः सुस्वागतम्। अद्य द्वादशी चैत्र कृष्ण द्वादशी भविष्यति। सर्वेभ्यः सुस्वागतम्। एकवारं पुनस्मरणं कृत्वा अग्रे गमिष्यामः। किं दृष्टवन्तः? वर्णमाला दृष्टवन्तः, गुणिताक्षराणि दृष्टवन्तः, संयुक्ताक्षराणि दृष्टवन्तः, उच्चारणस्थानानि दृष्टवन्तः। अस्माकं मुखे कुत्र उच्चारणं भविष्यति। 26 स्थानानि Drishtavanta. There are 26 places from where our in our vocal and nasal system from where sounds originate. We saw these, right? Then we also saw who are the Bharatiya Vyakaranakaraha KK. पाणिनेः पूर्वं के आसन पाणिनेः परम किम भवेत् तदनन्तरम अद्यतनकाले लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी परम अपि किम प्रचलति इदानीं पौष्पी प्रक्रिया इति ज्ञातवन्तः तदनन्तरं किञ्चित् संस्कृत सरल संस्कृते सम्भाषणमपि कृतवन्तः किल अस्तु केपि प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा इदानीं any questions, anything that you have so far up till this point, whatever we have done?
I'll ask you one thing. Some people are in the WhatsApp, some people going on telling about homework, but I haven't done any homework. Have you given homework to us? Any homework you have given us?
Homework, the last homework that was given was about the writing the Varnamala, first homework. The second homework that was uploaded was on the 24th of this month, which had some Sayuktaksharani.
You again where it is given. I couldn't find that where it is given.
It was given in the classroom. They would have gotten a mail in this regard. If you have not received the mail, please ping me separately. You will check your spam folder. Probably it has gone there also.
Otherwise, in what you call that classroom. In classroom, you will put it.
Yes, you go to the classroom. Look at assignments. If you go to the assignment, there it will be there assigned to you. Pending tasks. Okay, it is due on the 1st of May.
Okay.
Chinta nasti Mangala Mohdaya, Suswagatam. Vikram Mohdaya, Suswagatam. Sarvebhyah Suswagatam.
Dhanyawad. I'm actually in the outskirts, probably.
Any other questions? Prashnaha santi va?
Mahoday, you're able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Okay, I'll try to keep my video on, but it might get dropped off. So I am attending today. Thank you.
Sure. No problem. Any questions? Any other challenges? Anything that you are facing?
I just have one question, Mahodaya, because I could not attend last time I was traveling. I took a permission, and due to the network issue, I was not able to pitch into the Narayan Mahodaya's session also. But I went through the YouTube video, tried to check, and I don't know, Madhavi's sister took, that Pullinga Srilinga of that session, and there was an assignment posted, the split of the conjunct into consonants. The assignment, I overdue the assignment. It's written it. Probably today I'll be uploading it. Assignment. And
so I think that is still due. That is due on 1st of May.
Oh, is it? Because it was showing in the classroom as Monday as a deadline. So I was worried like
Monday is coming Monday.
Okay. And I just want to know, I missed one class, I hope so, the last session. And when I went to the YouTube classroom, the way we have posted the classroom videos, it took me to Madhavi sister's video where she spoke about the basics of male, female, Srilinga, Pullinga, Napamsakalinga, and talking about the picture, everything. And it was a sambhashana, like, what is your name? Bhavatyaha namakim, Bhavata namakim, like it's that. But I could not find your session. Can I get that YouTube session?
You should be looking at, I think what you are looking is, if you saw Madhavi Mahodaya's video, then you are in Abhyasa Varga.
Oh,
what
okay.
you should be looking for is Sasyam-4 B1.
Okay. If that also is in the classroom video?
No, it's, yeah. The classroom will give you the playlist, and probably list of all the videos will be there in that. You should be able to check that. Otherwise, you can do one more thing. I'm sure you all get my emails from karthiknagendra@gmail.com.
Yes, I was able to get the last session, but the previous session which I didn't attend, I did not get any YouTube. I usually share it across, but I didn't receive.
There will be a link. I generally post a YouTube link along with in the mail.
Yeah, last session I could not get. Mahodaya, it would be great. Can you share it to talk so that I can go through it?
Yes, I will do that. If you can just ping me with your email ID, I will share it.
Sure. Dhanyavad.
Just message me your email ID. I'll share it. That's all. Any other questions? Astu. Anya kopi prashnaha nasti chet. We'll move ahead with today's session. अद्य कक्षायां किं करिष्यामः? संस्कृते सम्भाषणार्थं केचन वाक्यानि पदानि पश्यामः. That is, for the sake of only doing a sambhashana, that is from a point of going through the sambhashana varga, we will see certain phrases and words that will be useful. We will look at what are padani, what are words in Sanskritam all about. So similar to how words are made and things like that, we will see. If time permits, after that, we will see certain myths about Indian sampradayas and why they are coming up and all those things. We'll see that only in the end. But we will give a lot of emphasis on Sambhashanam and the word formations in Sanskritam today. Okay. Now, I'm sure a lot of you asked me this question: how do we address someone? How do we start a conversation? Simple, very simple thing. Let's say you meet a friend. What do you say? Hey man, how are you? I mean, very simple thing, right? Namaste boho. Namaskara boho. That is how you will start off if you are a very close conversant person. Otherwise, with a good acquaintance or a good person whom you know well, you will say, Are Shriman Katham Asti, Namaste Shriman, Suprabhatam, Shubhasayam, Shubharatri Shriman, Devi Katham Asti, or Arya. Arya is another way of addressing. Arya Katham Asti, Arya Suprabhataha, Namaskaraha. Another one is Manyavar. Athwa Manye. Manye is for a lady, Manyavar is for men. Namaste Manyavar. Similarly, if it is so the latter two are mostly for somebody who is elderly, who is very respected, and who probably are not even known. So Mahodaya, Mahodaye, these are all very formal salutations which come on. Arya also is a pretty common one which is used with acquaintances especially, and also those where you have gotten used to the person. All right. Then what about when somebody comes home, when you meet somebody and say you're inviting somebody inside the house? You know, agachatam, agamyatam, swagatam, suswagatam, asram gridnaitam, asram swikarotu. Sit down, please sit down. Asram swikarotu. Then we also have certain things. Let's say you are talking, there's some conversation going on. What do we do? You want to give a feedback. Okay, this is all right. This is good. Okay, now I understand this. Astu, sadhu bhavati, or uttamam bhavishyati, uttamam asti, samichinam, samyak asti. All these are some forms of responses. Let's say you want them to repeat something. Kripiya ekavaram punah vadatu, kripiya kim bhavishyati. Chinta, or you want to say, oh, it's okay, it's all right. Chinta nasti, chinta mastu. If you want to say, oh, please tell me again. Sorry, I didn't hear. Kshamyatam. Puna vadatu. Puna uchyatam. Or, okay, I've seen this, I've heard this. Okay, continue. Maya drishtam, maya shrutam. If you want to say there is some activity related things. Karishyama. Together we'll do something. Karishyami, I will do it. Kartavya, this has to happen. Yes, you are right. This has to happen. Kartavyam, Karaniyam, this has to happen. Or no, I've already done all this. This is all over. It's already over. Kritam, Bhaved, this is all over. So these are some of the feedback responses that you can use in your daily conversations. Let's say you want to wish something and congratulate. Let's say first level is say congratulatory or good wishes. Abhinandanani, Subhashayaha. These are all some wishes and but suppose you want to express some condolences. Dukkha vicharaha boho. Dukkitavyam eva. Dukkitavyam. And so this is some of the ways of doing it. Finally, you want to take leave. You want to say bye-bye, let's go back. Okay, I have to leave now. Maya gantavyam. Punarmilama. Punarmilama. Punarmilama becomes Punarmilama. The Visarga becomes Refa there. So that is okay. That's not a big this one. Alright. So Prashnaha pruchantu idanim vayam sarve sambhashanam karishyamaha idam upyujya. Astu va? So if you have questions around this, please feel free to ask. Is this some sort of this is inconcise what all we would do in any sambhashanam, you know these are the common phrases which we want to use day in and day out.
What do you ask for? Please, please. What is the word?
Krupaya. Here it is. Krupaya kriyatam. Please is krupaya. Then there is one more. I think I did not add that. Dhanyavada. I'm sorry. I think I'm missing out on dhanyavada. That is one I'm missing out. Any questions on this?
Samichinam artham kaha Mahodaya?
Samichinam is it is good, or say Samichinam, the work has been very good. Samichinam bhavishyati. Samichinam bhavet. It happened well. Samichinam.
How a wife can address the husband? Wife addressing husband?
Arya. Usually Arya. Arya. Usually it comes to that. There it is not, or Shriman and Devi are also common in that. In that context, Shriman, Devi are very, very commonly used. So that's where you get mocked at, no, Are Shriman, Katam Masti. So that can be in a mocking tone as well, no?
In old serials, I seen Aryaputra, not Arya, Aryaputra.
Aryaputra eva Arya Bhavishyati. If you look at the old books and old Sambodhana, Arya is very common. Aryaputra is where it is derived from. You're right, but Arya is what is commonly used. अस्तु इदानीम् एकं कार्यं करिष्यामः. केचन जनाः मिलित्वा लघु वाक्यानि रचितुं शक्यते वा? Shall we try to form small sentences? Astu, Madhvi Mohoday. We'll start with Adya Asmakam Atiti.
सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः सुप्रभातं शुभसायं depending on where you are.
सर्वे भारतदेशे एव वसन्ति.
Shubhasayam then. I'm in USA, so it's still morning for us.
Samyak.
Sasyam Kaksha, correct me, Kartik Mahodaya. Kakshena Swagatam. Sarvebhya Swagatam.
धन्यवादाः. भवत्याः कार्यं कथं प्रचलति इदानीं?
It's going well. It's still working day for me. So
उत्तमम्.
I just took a break.
उत्तमम्. अस्तु. अग्रे गमिष्यामः किञ्चित्. We will come back to this in some time. Just try to have a grasp on this for now, and we will come back to this. Anybody who wants to try a little? Vikram Mohoday one kartum ichchati va? Vikram Mohoday, Mangala Mohoday.
Namaskar, Mahodaya. I can just have the welcome and ask the name. Can I do that?
Ekvaram punah uchitam.
I can only tell the, salutations followed by, I can ask the name, conversation, I don't know. Can I do that?
Chinta nasti. Tadeva pruchutam.
Okay. Sarvebhya namaskaraha. Suspagatam. And I want to ask somebody the name. What is your name? For the mail. For the mail.
Vikram Mohodaya pruchatam.
Yeah. Bhavata naam kim?
नमस्कारः महोदय मम नाम विक्रमः भवत्याः नाम किम्
मम नाम मङ्गलः
समीचीनं
अस्तु
मम नाम मङ्गला
मङ्गलाः I should not tell
Na Mangala eva.
Okay अस्तु धन्यवादः
अस्तु विक्रम महोदय यत्किम् अन्य प्रश्नं प्रष्टुम् इच्छति वा
संस्कृत भाषा क्लिष्टकर अस्ति इदानीं क्लिष्टकर दृश्यते
अग्रे बहु सरलं भविष्यति अद्य किंचित् पश्यामः किमर्थं क्लिष्टकरं दृश्यते अस्तु वा
अस्तु
दृश्यते एव अभ्यासं नास्ति किल अभ्यासं कर्तुं क्रियन्ते चेत् सर्वं सरलं भविष्यति केपि अन्यः प्रश्नं प्रष्टुम् इच्छति वा डू यू वांट टू आस्क एनीबॉडी एल्स एनी क्वेश्चन I'll stop sharing for now.
It's okay to make mistakes, right, Mahodaya?
Yeah. Please make as many as you can.
Yeah.
अपि संस्कृत भाषे संभाषणं क्लिष्टकर अस्ति what do we say in future
भविष्य
भविष्ये सरल
Saralam
भवति
भवति
भवति सरलं
भविष्यति
भवति
भविष्यति
सरलं भविष्यति
Astu. Astu. Eka Anya, last week we saw one more thing. We saw some of these things being made, right? We saw some questions. Bhavataha nama kim, bhavatyaha nama kim, kim kartum shakyate, kim karyam karishyati, etc. We saw, right? What we will do now is we'll try to improve our vocabulary. That is the background for getting the words right. This part is just, you can say Suswagatam. You can't live a life of Suswagatam, thank you, and bye-bye, and I'm here, I'm not there. No. So you need some level of vocabulary to refer to something. Okay, if I'm telling this is a fan, I need to know this is a fan. Right? So what we will do, let's go and understand certain words. How are words coming and what are words in Sanskrit? We will start with some basics, understand what is a word, how words are divided. Then actually we will get into those words and practice about, roughly we saw about 20-30 words last time. We will improve our vocabulary over time. Shall we do that for today as an exercise? Sure. So this is what we saw in the last week. Bhavataha nama kim, bhavatyaha nama kim, bhavan kaha, bhavati ka, and some sambhashanam, kim karishyati, karyam kim karoti, ityadi. That we also saw asti, nasti, it is their existence as the first level of things. Right? Now let's see some words. So, padani arthat kim? Padam artha kim? It is a meaningful combination of aksharani. Now, please note the operative word here is meaningful. I'll redefine this in 3 months' time. So this I'll make a full Sanskritam sentence and give it to you, and then we will see what meaningful actually translates to in Sanskritam. Today, for the time being, please be mindful of this word called meaningful in English. A meaningful combination of aksharani. I don't want to use the word letters because letters is an English construct where we do not use just aksharani is not just about letters. Akshara can be swara, a gunitakshara or a sayuktakshara and ayogavaham. We saw this in detail in some classes. Right? So, yeah. Praveen, I think you will have to check your audio. I think everybody is able to, yeah, get it. Sure. Okay. So, it's a meaningful combination of aksharani. And I will use the word aksharani only. Please note there is something in English which is equivalent, but I do not want to go and confuse at this point. But please make it a point to have this embedded in your minds, that aksharam. All right. Then how do we? So as I said, a meaningful combination. A meaningful combination can be broken into two parts. One set we call the sangya padani or a sangya padam, which can have its own linga. That is basically when I say linga, it is about gender. Okay. then it can have a rupa or a vibhakti. Based on the usage of that word, how it becomes, it is the form that it takes. The form of that word can be different. It's very important. Currently, we will not study vibhakti at this point in time. We'll revisit it in say about 3 or 4 weeks. And then vachana. We'll look at this in detail in the next slide. In Kriya Padani, you have only two things. Kriya is basically a verb. Sangya is basically a noun. Noun or nama pada or noun. You have what is called a Purusha and a Vachana. Now, please don't confuse this Purusha for a male. It has got nothing to do with that. It is basically the person, whether it's the first person, second person, or the third person usage. And a Vachanam. Vachanam is exactly the same. We'll see the Vachanam and this in the next slide here. Okay. What are Sangya Pada? As I said, you have, it's a Nama Pada or a name, set of name, Nama Padas or Sangya Padani. Okay. In first level, it has a linga attached to it. That is basically it can either be a masculine, it can be a feminine or a neutral gender. Now, please note, in Sanskritam, gender is not determined by physical form as in the case of most other languages. So, for instance, in English, anything, I can classify things as, masculine, feminine, living or dead, and neutral. That's about it. A chair will be a neutral gender for me, for instance. A wood would be probably a dead thing. A tree will be a living thing, yet it would be not classified as masculine or feminine. Now, it is very important. This concept becomes very important, and this is where I would like to take this up. Somebody asked us, I think it was okay, Aparna Mahodaya is there, not Aparna Mahodaya. Somebody else asked this very important question. Deepti Mahodaya, Divyajyoti Mahodaya asked this question very importantly, where she said, how does it become a Deva Bhasha? Why is it a Deva Bhasha? This is where I would like to draw all your attention, going back to saying any language is driven by its philosophy and the origins from where the Bhasha comes from and how it gets used. So in our scheme of things, we clearly have a para prakriti or the parabrahman or whatever you want to call it, the unmanifested form, and that somewhere manifests into prakriti and a manifested form of prakriti and purusha. Essentially, the Ardhanarishwar or whatever, that is there in all forms and all traditions that come across in India. Right? Now, in the Ardhanarishwar, if you see, one part is the Sthula part, the other part is clearly the Shakti part. So, whatever is the Shakti part and anything related to the Shakti part is taken as that coming as a feminine character. Anything that is related to the Purusha part or the Sthula part is taken as a masculine form. Anything that is related to both or anything that is manifesting outside of the both is coming in as a neutral part, neutral gender. Right? So that is how manifestation of words, manifestation of Padani happens in Sanskrit. This is very, very critical. And that is where philosophies become extremely important to be known before getting into translating any work or mistranslating and misinterpreting works. I'll show you two examples of this just now as to how these can be very misinterpreted. Right? So, I'll give you an example. Mitraha. Mitraha is necessarily means Surya in Sanskritam. Whereas if you want to refer to a friend or a Sakha, it is Mitram. That is a neutral gender. Now please note, it's a very clear statement here. Mitraha is something that is coming out in our philosophy from the Ardhanarishwara, and it is a creation. Mitram is something that is common to both Ardhanarishwara. Okay. Similarly, Devalaya versus Mandiram. Both mean exactly the same thing. It is a sthana where Deva is there. But the derivations are very different of those words. Similarly, we have Vidyalaya, which is a Pullinga form, Pathashala, which is a Strilinga form. I'll give you one more very important example. Vidya is a Strilinga. Okay. Let me get to one more very important thing. And this is not just with neutral gender. Please don't confuse that, just because it's a neutral gender, it is like this. No, it is not so. In Sanskritam, we also have a category where certain words can take a masculine form sometimes, can take a feminine form exactly at the same time. Very common example given for this is go. What is go? Anybody wants to answer?
Cow.
Om, Om is Brahman. Brahman is called
Not Om. Go. Ga, Dakara.
Cow.
Correct. It is cow. Right. The most common usage is cow. Correct. But if I go to Amara Kosha, which is the Paryayavachi Padani for all possible words that it gives, go can take 4 or 5 different meanings. Okay. If you look at Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Januramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vacha Sudhi Bhokta what is that? Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha. That is what it says. If you look at that word go there, it does not refer to the cow at all. It's an allegory of the cow, no doubt, but the go there is referred to is Vedas and Upanishads.
Hello, Sanskrit.
All right. Then go can also mean Prithvi. So go itself has 3 or 4 different meanings. If it is referred to as the Vedas, it's a Pullinga Pada. If it is referred to as the Prithvi or the cow, it is a Strilinga Pada. The same Pada can be both Strilinga and Pullinga in Sanskrit. That is where it's very, very important. If I'm not mistaken, Weinstein did this in their terms, in the Abrahamic terms, the cardinal sin of translating go as cow, and there's a Rigveda Sutra which says, Sukta which says, you stack up 108 square times cow and it becomes, you can reach the sun. A Sukta is that, a mantra is that which gives you that. Now, go, there the term uses go. Now he said, Indians don't know anything, they are superstitious, they are useless. So it's actually, they're saying, how can it be? Can't they even realize that 12,000 cows cannot make anything? Fair enough, accept. No worries. The Sukta there, if you take it as Prithvi, the current day usage, and that is about 0.2 or 0.3 difference of some few kilometers between the earth and the sun, if you translate it as earth. So that can be very, very important. And that's why I usually refer to when anybody wants to read a translation of Indian philosophical works into English, the English version of it, it is very important for them to know 2 other languages. One is Hebrew, the other is Latin. Unless they know it, it is very difficult for anybody to actually fully translate it. Only two people have done it from the Indian side, and they are Swami Vivekananda and Aurobindo. You will not find a flaw in their English translation. Anybody else would all be gone, and it can be stuck out for a toss. So that is where their strengths come in. Okay. So this is one point I just wanted to highlight before we got into details of the Padani. Okay. Okay. Then of course we have Vachanam. Please note in Sanskritam we have a duality. Again, this is a language construct. It's a philosophical construct. Because we have Dvaita and Advaita as a very common thing, duality is very, very common in India. That's where you have a Dvivachana strongly related with everything. Paryayvachi or Viparitarthaka. These two go hand in hand for us. We do not believe, our philosophy never tells us that only good things will happen. If you have good, there is bad. So Dvivachana becomes very, very important for us. Bahuvachana is always there. Then Vibhakti Rupaha we will not touch for now. We will just we will get to Vibhakti Rupa in some time. In fact, we will not even touch Dvivachana right now. But it's very important to identify the linga because a lot of words we can get confused with the linga. So please make a note of linga how you are going. You will not deriving those linga is going to be a difficult form. We will not do that. Memorizing is the only right way of doing it. There are some heuristic norms here and there, which we will get to, which we will look at. All right. Similarly, we have Kriya Padani. Kriya Padani are nothing more than verbs. Now, verbs do not have any linga associated with them as long as they remain as verbs. Okay, so again they have Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana which go with them, and we also have reference as the first person, second person or the third person. Please note it goes in the reverse order as far as English is concerned. So a third person usage is Prathama in Sanskritam. He, she, they did this. That would be referred to in the Prathama Vibhakti. Sorry, Prathama Purusha. Uttama Purusha would refer to me or myself. Aham Karishya, Aham Karomi, Aham Kritavan, Sa Karoti, Sa Karishyan, Te Karishyanti. So that would all be Prathama. Madhyama for the time being, we'll look at Madhyama when we need to come to it. Okay. Okay. Now it is time for us to get into some play mode. Okay. Time for another set of dictation. How many like dictation? How many like the dictation part? Apataji liked it, yes. Then who else liked it? Vikramji liked it, yes. Josnaji liked it. Everybody else were like, why the hell is this going on and why are we even dictating things? Astu. Apeksha Mahodaya Uttamam Uktavati. Sa Uktavati Uttadinamapi Uktavati. Tit Mahodaya, your opinion. Shruti Lekhanam.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Did you like the dictation part?
Yes.
Yes. Where is your friend Kanishk? He is not to be seen.
Actually, I have a cough, so I difficult to speaking.
Astu. Chinta nasti. We'll go about dictation for another about 12 minutes, 12 or 13 minutes. Is that okay? Everybody ready with the set of this one? Okay. Let's start. Okay, everybody has last week's whatever we wrote? Or do you want me to repeat those words? Is it available? Please unmute and tell.
So the Striling and Pulling words.
Yeah, what we did last week.
Yes, yes.
Preeti Mahodaya, you have that?
Some of them I wrote them, or they are all I did
Okay.
not.
That's okay. I'll repeat then. We'll go through everything. It's okay. No problems. That's right. Okay. Today there will be some 90 words, so please keep it a little this one. Okay. Hastaha. First word hastaha. Second word ashwaha.
Ashta.
Ashwa. Ashwaha. Third word prakoshtaha.
Goshtam.
Prakoshtaha.
You can
Fourth
say the meaning. You can say the meaning also.
Yeah, we'll come to that, Mahodaya. We'll come to the meaning. We'll come to the meaning in a while. You will tell me the meaning in a while. Don't worry. Fourth word, puraskaraha. Puraskaraha. Panchama, balakaha. Balakaha. Gajaha. Gajaha. Yuvakaha. Kandukaha. Hayaha. Please tell me if I'm going very fast. I'll slow down. Hayaha. Deepaha.
Is it dictation? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is dictation.
Okay.
Shruti Lekhanam. Who was that?
Sir, Jyoti.
Jyoti. Oh, astu Mahodaya. It's dictation. Gata saptahe bhavati na asit. You were not there last week, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was traveling.
Correct. So it's okay. You can take these words. You note it down. Have a paper and a pen and write them down.
Sir.
Okay. Devaha. Dandadipaha.
Deepam.
Dandadipaha. Vrikshaha. Devalayaha. Suryaha. Dhavakaha. Vidyalayaha.
Mahodaya, could you repeat it? Davaka.
After Suryaha,
Dhavakaha.
And that's what I say. If you say, for example, Vriksha, if you say the meaning tree, like that, if you Bhavaga, what is the meaning of Bhavaga? Then we understand it correctly.
Yes. We'll come to that. The idea is to just hear and write for now. Granthalayah. Okay, after Dhavakah, it is Vidyalayah. Narayan Bole, just have some patience for about 5 to 10 minutes, please. Okay. After Vidyalayah, it is Granthalayah. Granthalayah. Okay. Then Vrushabah. Vrushabah. Margah. Margah.
It's Rishabh or Vrishab?
Vrushabah.
Yeah. Okay.
Vrushabah. Pustakalayah. Pustakalayah. Gajah. Gajah. Uchitam Mahoday.
Gaja is already over.
Gajah. Gajah was already over. Astu. Chinta nasti. Okay, I have repeated Gajah somewhere for some reason. Okay. In my soul. Mahishah. Mahishah. Kitah. Kitah.
Hore, could you be a little slower, please?
Sure. Sure.
Thank you.
Kitah.
After Pustaka.
After?
Pustaka, what is it? Pustaka.
Pustakalayah.
Pustakal. After Pustakalaya.
Mahishah. Mahishah.
Before Mahish.
I said Gajaha, but somebody said Gajaha is already over, so we will move on from Gajaha. After Mahishaha, Kitaha. Kitaha. Kandukaha.
Given. Kanduka given.
Kanduka is also over. Okay. Thank you. Chhatraha. Chhatraha. Trutihi. Trutihi. Brahmaraha.
Wherever you are stressing through tihi, visarga.
No, trutihi. There is no
Visarga nahi aayega.
No. Visarga is trutihi. Visarga hoga. Everywhere there is a visarga. I think I have told everything with a visarga. There is no word without a visarga so far. Brahmaraha. Brahmaraha. Syutaha. 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 Keshaha. Keshaha. Paryankaha. 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 Dantaha. 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 Okay. Next. Mala. Mala. Shayya. 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 Sevika. Sevika. Gayika. Gayika. Churika. Churika. नासिका नासिका बालिका बालिका ध्वनि मुद्रिका ध्वनि मुद्रिका ध्वनि मुद्रिका पत्रिका पत्रिका जिह्वा 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 कुंचिका कुंचिका शाटिका शाटिका उत्पीठिका उत्पीठिका पाठशाला पाठशाला वीणा वीणा नायिका नायिका शिक्षिका शिक्षिका भाषा भाषा उपधानी उपधानी पेटिका पेटिका कपाटिका कपाटिका कर्तरी 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 लेखनी लेखनी लता लता जवनिका 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 दर्वी दर्वी कूपी कूपी छात्रा 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 चित्रदर्शिका 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 वेल्लनी 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 अंगुली अंगुली अस्तु another set next set mandiram mandiram chitram chitram भोजनम भोजनम ललाटम ललाटम भवनम भवनम Pustakam. Pustakam. Mastakam. Mastakam. Upanetram. Upanetram. Patram. Patram. Pushpam. Pushpam. Vimanam. Vimanam. Vahanam. Vahanam. Vyajanam. 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 Shveta phalakam. Shveta phalakam. Patram. Patram. Vastram. Vastram. Krishna phalakam. Krishna phalakam. Gruham. Gruham. Karavastram. 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 Asandam. Asandam. Phalam. Phalam. Sanganakam. Sanganakam. Madhuram. Madhuram.
Madhugam.
Madhuram. Paniyam. 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 Mukham. Mukham. Vanam. Vanam. Tandulam. 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 Odanam. 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 Netram. Netram. Udaram. 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 Gramam. Gramam. Nagaram. Nagaram. Astu. Everybody is done? This was long. I agree. This was long. Now what we will do is, we will have groups of 3. Who will be the first 3? Jyotsna Mahodaya Vachita.
Can you repeat after the Pustakalaya? I lost the network.
Oh, you are lost in the Pustakalaya. Astu. Chinta nasti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the few words I got it back from Chhatraha. So between Pustakalaya and Chhatraha.
Mahishaha. Mahishaha.
Okay.
Itaha. Kitaha. Kandukaha. Okay, I think Kandukaha was already.
Okay.
It's okay. Then you have Chhatraha again.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you
You are
repeat
now
the-
out of.
Dhanyawada, Mahoday.
Could you repeat the word after paravastram?
Karavastram.
Paravastram. Oh, next word.
Karavastram nantaram. Asandam. Sandam.
Asandam. Okay. Thank you.
अस्तु इदानीं नीलिमा महोदय अपर्णा महोदय रंजनी महोदय I am going to spotlight you. Okay. And then Nilima Mahodaya. And I said whom else did I say? Ranjani Mahodaya. Astu.
The beginning words I write when they are talking. I missed few words in the beginning. I think.
That's okay. No problems. No, nothing to worry so much. So what I will do, I'll now, the thing is, I'm going to share the screen and I have spoken for a very long time. I'm not going to speak anymore. So all three of you are now going to speak for the next 5 minutes. Take 5 words. Ask each other whether you know the meaning of this word in Sanskritam. First, introduce yourself. Go through the salutations. Bhavati, Bhavatya, Namakim, Bhavati Ka, all these things. Namaste, Namaskaraha, Astu, Nastu, Nasti, all these things, please go through. And then start through with these words. And ask, randomly pick 2 or 3 words. I will show you the screen. I'll share the screen. Okay. From where you can correct. All of you can correct the words. What you have written, whether it is right, not right, as they'll be speaking. Take the first 5. You can pick up the first 5 words. Ask Nilima ji what the meaning is if she knows it. Bhavati janati va. Bhavati gajaha. Artaha kim mohode. Iti pruchata. Then you get a gajasya artaha. Gajaha artaha. Elephant. You can tell that. Still something. You can say it in English. Okay. Similarly, you can ask, what is the meaning of this word? Can we start a conversation with these words? Let's see how it goes. Start with this. Whoever wants to start can start. I'll mute this. Aparna Mahoday na shruyate. Not audible. Okay, we'll come back to you, then probably get your audio fixed. Nilima Mahoday, you can start off with somebody. Who else can I add here? Then let me see. Preeti Mahoday, Agamita.
Namaskaram. Mama naam Nilima. Bhavatya naam kim?
Bhavatah nama Ranjani.
Mama nama Ranjani.
Mama nama Ranjani.
Ranjani va.
Ranjani.
Ranjani. Spashtam uchyata. Spashtam uchyata.
Astu.
Nilima Mahodaya. Paryandyaka.
सम्यक् न श्रूयते महोदय रंजनी महोदय भवत्याः मैक् किञ्चित् मुखस्य समीपे तुम शक्यते वा
नीलिमा महोदया पार्यण्यक अर्थः किम्?
पर्यङ्कः
अर्थः किम्?
पर्यङ्कः अत्र अस्ति। एक कार्यं क्रियताम् अत्र पठित्वा let's go in a little order. Okay, first probably each one of you can read 3 lines and move on with it, and then we can get into Paryanka. Yeah.
Okay.
Rajini Mahodaya, start with Hastaha, Ashvaha, Prakoshta, Uchta.
Okay. So should I just tell the meaning of all of that?
No, just read it for everybody's understanding so that they are correcting on the way.
Okay. Hastaha, hand. Bakaha.
Go left to right, and then Hastaha, Ashva, Prakoshta, Puraskara. I went in that order.
Hastaha, Ashvaha, Prakoshtaha. I don't understand Prakoshtaha.
Okay, no problem. We'll come to Prakoshta. Whatever you don't understand, we'll come to that.
Puraskaraha, Palaka, Gajaha, Yuvakaha, Kandukaha, Ayaha, Deepaha, Devaha, Dandadeepaha, Vrikshaha, Devalayaha, Suryaha, Gavankaha, Dhavakaha, Vidyalayaha, Grantalayaha, Vrishabhaha, Margaha, Pustakalayaha, Gajaha, Mahishaha, Cheetaha, Kandukaha, Chatraha, Trutihi, Brahmaraha, Suryataha, Syutaha, Keshaha, Paryankaha.
Paryankaha. It's not
Paryankaha. Gandaha.
Astu. Okay. Now start your conversation. Paryankaha arthat kim?
Nilima Mahadaya. Paryankaha artha kim?
If you don't know, just say na janami. It's okay. No problems.
Na janami.
Na janami. Chitta nasti. Preeti Mahodaya, janati va?
Api janami.
Bhavati abhi na janati. Kaha janati paryankaha artaha, paryankaha padasya artaha. Kopi janati va? Hasta munnayata. Aparna Mahodaya uchyatam. She knows. Na shruyate. You can type out in the chat box. Okay. Anybody else who wants to try? If anybody wants to try, it can. Yeah, Josna Mahodaya, use the electronic hand. That way it's easier for me to see.
Start.
Uchitam.
पर्यङ्कः इत्युक्ते बेड् इति अहं चिन्तयामि.
Cot. Narayan Mahodaya, Paryankaha ityukte cot. First meaning we got. Okay.
Did you say cot? C-O-T cot?
C-O-T cot, yes. Okay. Okay. Next question. Nilima Mahodaya, Prichitam.
Ranjini Mahoday, Syutaha meaning Syutaha artham kim?
Arthat.
Artha kim?
Na jan.
न जानाति। प्रीति महोदय जानाति वा?
न जानामि।
भवती अपि न जानाति। अस्तु, कः जानाति?
महोदय, have that the same.
You'll have to keep your this one mic a little closer.
That caste thing, right? Sutaha they call. Is it the same thing?
Your audio is still not clear.
It's not clear. एक कार्यं क्रियताम्. Switch off your video, come back again. Once you can you log out and log in? Check that.
I think Apeksha Bhagini is.
Apeksha Mohdaya Agamyata. Yes.
Syutah means bag, I guess.
Syuta bag. Astu.
What? I didn't get it. Bag, purse, we can say. Bag.
Bag, purse.
BAD, bag. Okay.
BAG, bag. Bag.
Bag.
Yeah.
Dhanyawad.
Okay. Preeti Mohdaya Prashnam Prichatam. Apeksha Mohdayaya Prashnam Prichatam.
Tritihi artham kim? Tritihi.
Trutihi arthat kim?
It's not mistake, right? I mean,
Trutihi.
Trutihi artha, it means mistake, is it?
Yes, it means mistake. Bhavati eva uttaram dattavati. Kimartam? Prashnam yat kim na janati tat pruchatam.
Oh, yeah. So, Brahmaraha artham kim? Brahmaraha means bees, I guess.
Bees.
Honey bee, ha.
Brahmaraha arthat bees. Correct. Astu. Okay. Now we will thank you, Nilima Mohdaya. Jyoti Mohdaya Agamyata. Sastam Unnitavati.
Sir, Brahmara is wasp.
Brahmara is?
Wasp.
You are echoing.
She meant wasp.
Wasp, yeah. Wasp. So all forms of those which go around the flowers and those sectors. That is the bee, wasp, all those things can be. Or bugs, bees, beetles, all these can be Brahmara. Astu, idanim bhavati bhavati vartalapam kriyata. Dhanyawadaha Preeti Mohdaya. We will add more people now. Some more people.
Can I ask?
Nilima Mohdaya pruchata, ma'am.
Kandukaha arthah kim? Kandukaha.
Kanduka.
Artham kim?
Arthat kim?
Arthat.
Apeksha Mohdaya janati. Mangala Mohdaya janati.
Ball? Is it ball?
Yes.
Kanduka artham? Game.
Dhanyawad.
Ball. You can say ball.
Kanduka.
Mangala Mohdaya Pruchitam, ask a question. Ask either Apeksha Mohdaya or Mohdaya, you can ask a question.
Nilima Mohdaya, Davakaha Arthaki. Davakaha.
Dhavakaha would be a runner, somebody who's running.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it as an athlete. Athlete.
Okay.
Okay. Astu.
धन्यवादः।
अपेक्षा महोदयां पृच्छता मंगला महोदय अपेक्षा महोदयां पृच्छता
Ask a question to
Hayah means what? Hayah.
हय
Hayah.
मंगला महोदय उच्यता हयः अर्थात् किम्?
Where can I find that word? Here I'm not able to.
It's
Okay, third line. Hayah.
न
जानाति hayah.
ज्योति महोदय जानाति वा? न जानाति अस्तु चिन्ता नास्ति नारायण महोदय जानाति वा?
हयः अर्थात् अश्वः
अश्वः अर्थात् अश्वः अश्वः अर्थात् आङ्ग्लभाषायां
हॉर्स
अस्तु इदानीं राखी राज महोदय
I have a doubt in what is written here. For example, Kandukaha or Dandadeepaha. So the na the word, right? I mean, there is a na word. Why is it written with the na and not a dot at the top? Kandukaha.
Uttama, very important question. We'll answer this 4 weeks from now. But for now, technically, even if there is a dot on top, you can write it with a dot on top. There is nothing wrong with it. You can write it with that. Even if it is written with the dot on top, it has to be specifically pronounced as Kandukaha, the way it is written here. The reason I have written it this way is to make sure the pronunciation comes out right. You can write it with a dot. There is absolutely no problems here. For instance, you can even write Danta also with a dot on top, or Dandadipa also with a dot on top. No problems.
Okay.
But
okay. And why Trutihi? Why is not like that Patra? Patra ra.
So you understand it is not tra. It is not tratihi. It is trutihi. So if you look at this, the difference between this tra, where is that patra?
Chhatra.
Okay, let's take chhatra. This tra is a sayukta akshara, whereas this tru is a gudita akshara. So we saw what is a gudita akshara and what is a sayukta akshara in the past classes, right?
Yeah.
So this is a gudita akshara only. R is a swara. So this is a combination of takara plus rikara. That's all. Whereas this tra is a combination of. Okay, let me do that here for a minute. Good, very good question. Yeah.
Good question. Yep.
It's important. We should address this. We open a Word document. Okay, is my screen visible? And okay, can we split this? Can you help me split this, Vikram Mahodaya?
Takara. Yojanam.
Rakara.
Uttamam.
Yojanam. Takara.
Uttamam.
Yojanam. Ikara. Visargah.
Astu va? Atra uchitam.
Chakara. Yojanam.
Yojana.
Akara.
Yojana.
Takara.
Takara.
Yojana. Refa.
That is very critical. Here it is Refa. What happened to this? Whereas here it is Rakara. You see the difference? And after this, what happens? After Refa. Anything else after this, Mahodaya? Vikram Mahodaya? Does it stop?
Visargah.
Is it Visarga?
Akara plus Visarga.
Akara, Visarga.
And Visarga. So, a combination of these two is still going to give me, I can write one more step here, in fact. Chakara plus Akara plus Trukara plus okay. Any varna, any vyanjana will necessarily be a Guditakshara. Unless it stops, it is at the end of the word. Samyak, for instance. If it is Samyak, there is a Kakara ending. Then I will necessarily, unless I am ending with a Halant, it will end with a, it will be a Guditakshara. So, this happens to be through is a Gunitakshara. Traha is a Sayuktakshara.
Okay. Okay. In Trutihi, if it is Tratihi, then will it become the Tra?
Yeah, if there was a word called Tratihi, then it would have, but there is no word called Trati.
Got it.
So let's be very
only because it is Trutihi, then the Ru will come there.
Yes. Okay, I don't know whether I should address this here. Everybody has completed the homework, or is are people yet to do the homework? The last homework, this one on Sayukta Aksharani.
I have completed, Mahodaya.
You have completed, but what about others?
I have not completed.
You have not completed. Do that. Next week we'll discuss. There is one more concept like this. Huh? Okay. Chinta nasti. Sangeeta Mahodaya idanim Chaitanya Sharma agatavan va? Uttamam. Rakhi Raj Mahodaya, Chaitanya Mahodaya. Okay. Can ask questions. Okay. I need to stop share and start share again. Okay. We have
Shall we ask or?
Yeah, please ask. Please start the conversation. You can start the conversation with Rakhi Mahodaya. If you're not, yeah.
So I have to call Arya. Right?
Arya.
Prakoshtah artha kim?
What is it?
Na janami.
Na janami.
Na janati. Chinta nasti. Prakostasya artha kaha atva ka vaktum ichchati? उत्तमं नीलिमा महोदय ज्योति महोदय ज्योति महोदय नीलिमा महोदय अपेक्षा महोदय उच्यताम्
प्रकोष्ठ मीन्स रूम
उत्तमम् अस्तु
Sorry, I didn't get Mahodaya. What is that?
Room.
Okay, ROOM.
ROOM. Room. पृच्छता धन्यवादः अस्तु धन एक अन्य चैतन्य महोदय आगतवान् तं पृच्छताम् आस्क हिम
I have to ask him, right?
You can ask him, yeah. You can ask.
Vadatu Mahodaya.
Dandadipah artha kim?
Dandadipah ityukte our light, normal light, what you call tube light.
Okay, thank you.
Dhanyawadaha.
So this is a combination of Danda and Deepa. Just long.
Mahodaya. Yeah.
You can also make a VT. Astu. Chinta nasti. Rakhi Mahodaya Uchita. Bhavati Pruchita.
Jyoti Mahodaya. Keshaha artha kim?
Kesha artha is hair. H-I-R. Bal.
Astu. Adya Samayaha Atitaha. Tadartham, we will stop here. We will continue this exercise in the next class. Next class, a lot of people are expected to join back. They're all on holiday today. So 3 weeks break and they've all gone for a vacation. So a lot of people messaged me saying, at least 10 people have messaged me saying they're on vacation. So they'll be back only by 3rd or 4th. Madhvi Mahodaya, Panchanimeshaha, Kinchit, do you want to address people? And Vaktum Ichchati va?
I think that this is a very good team, very good class. Actually, people are asking very good questions. So that's one difference I noticed. And the way that you are, progressing, Kartik Mahodaya is very good too. So they get to write, they get to, sambhashanam, that's a very good practice. I think everything is going well. I mean, it's still in the beginning stages, but the way that you are building the foundation, I think I really like that approach. But one thing I want to, mention is practice. That is the only thing that, takes us to the next level. I started last year, so, but it's like more, even if you miss the class, watch the video. Those videos are awesome. I mean, they'll be of great help. Watch the videos if you miss the class for any reason, and submitting the homework on a regular basis really helps you a lot for preparing for the exam or even just building your vocabulary, So homework and watching the videos or joining the classes, first priority joining the class, of course. It's a lot, and Kartik Mahodaya is like has a wealth of knowledge. So he's very good, and you're all lucky to have him as the Adhyapaka. So yeah, I think it's going in the right direction, but I cannot stress enough the importance of doing the homework. So the grade, we have a lot of volunteers who grade the homework, provide the feedback. Do not hesitate to ask if you don't understand, if something is marked wrong, incorrect. I'm just sharing this from my experience, right? So we all went through the same experience. But Arsha Seva Kendram, we are all at the right place. We are also fortunate to be part of this organization, this learning experience, I should say. So just practice, homework. Joining the class, even if you miss the class, watch the video. I think that having that consistency really helps, which I kind of missed at the end of the class last year. But but we have awesome team here. Even if there are questions, if you just post those questions on Google Groups, there are so many people who will jump and try to help you. So
on the WhatsApp group as well as on
the WhatsApp group. Sorry, yeah, there's so many groups. Sorry, yeah. I think for other classes it's only on Signal, right? So Sasyam is on WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, it's the other way around. Only you are on Signal. Only the Lata group is on Signal.
Everybody else is on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only Bhanu Mahadaya was for some reason he just wanted to be on.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So yeah. So to give a little background about Madhvi Mahadaya, she is from the current Lata batch. She's Madhvi Buddhimata Asti. That is this one. She is also Padvi Tattvantaha MBA. MBA Arthat Kim Madhvi Buddhimata Asti.
That's too much, Mahodaya.
No, she's done very well in her exams and she was one of the Sasyam students last year. So she has a thank you. So please come come over.
I'll try. Yeah, this is my day working time, right? So whenever it's possible, I'll definitely join.
Please, and sometime you can even take a part of it and for a change. I'm sure they every week saying my face may not be very interesting for them. So you can also
the other ones are kind of conflicting with other Jay Kumarji's classes, sessions and other classes. So, but yeah, I will try to be consistent.
So next week we'll probably have a full class. Jyoti Mahadaya, Ranjani Mahadaya, you have questions, please ask.
Share the rest of it for correction.
Sorry?
The slide. I think she wants to see the words.
And the rest of no. We'll continue from where we left today. We'll continue the same way. We'll go in a very nice and smooth fashion. We are not going to run anywhere to get some great things out of this whole thing. So we will continue the same way. We will also have some more interesting things for next week. So it is just that we have finished one set of words. We will complete them next week and then only move on. So don't worry about it. You will correct all the words, any mistakes, anything. How many got all the 32 right that we just spoke of? 30 or 20 or 30 or whatever number we had right now. Okay.
Maybe we'll say 20 or more.
As to we are already 6 minutes past, so I think we'll stop here for now. And if anybody has questions, please ask. I'm still there. And I'll finish with the Shanti Mantra, then we can ask questions if it is any, this one is there. Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyo Shvamastrityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavanto Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalinim Deshoyam Kshobarahito Brahmana Santu Nirbhayah Aputra Putrinas Santu Pautrinaha Adhanat Sadanat Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Mahakaschid Dukkha Bhar Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Shri Guru Charana Arvinda Arpanamastu Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yeah. Any questions or anything?